Hey everyone, it's Alexis. I am back with a brand new video, and today I am talking about how to manage yourself and the recreation of your specific person during the holidays. This is my first video that will be live during the month of December in 2024 as we embark onto a new year. And I just think it's really helpful to go through some tips and tricks about how to manage yourself, your emotions, during the holidays. And I'll also be sharing a very short client success story about a breakthrough that she had and how to kind of help it motivate you during this time. All right. Before I get started, the links for booking one-on-one coaching, one-on-one hypnosis, the links to all of my pre-recorded courses and hypnosis audios, as always, are in the box below. So let's get into the video. All right. So now what I have found over the years is that if you are recreating someone, if you're recreating your relationship, and if the holidays haven't manifested to be exactly what you want them to be yet, then this might be a time during the year, as at least in the United States, we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then we have Valentine's Day. Can anyone hear our dog in the background? If you can, she's walking around and making herself known because I've gotten on the video. So the thing is that this is the time for everybody that is most likely the most difficult to persist and to stay consistent with yourself and whatever you're manifesting. So much so, in fact, that I've noticed over the years that a lot of clients of mine have been very on track, very persistent on what they are creating within their imagination. And then the holidays kind of get them off track. So first of all, let's intend and let's decide right now, this year, this time, that it's going to be different for you. And I want you to embrace and embody and decide and take on that idea, that perspective, that perception, and hold it to be true. Because the thing that is not true is that people outside of us and the people that we're spending time with are actually not the determiners of if we have a great holiday and if we have a great holiday season. Guess who is the determiner and the one who gets to decide? It's you. It's each of us. Okay. So the thing about the holiday season is that it's very much in the pictures we see and Instagram posts and everything out there, is that it's very much from the perspective that the people outside of you and who you're with make it great, right? So that therefore, if let's say you're in a separation from your person, let's say you've gone through a breakup in your reality from your person, let's say something has happened that you feel like was unexpected, or that you've just been recreating and you're rechanging and you're reshaping the relationship within you. We're led to believe that this time of year is not so great if we're not picture perfect with the right person, et cetera, et cetera. Well, over all the years and all of the hundreds of clients and all the times that I have spent coaching people, there really is no picture perfect, you guys. So I want to encourage you this year to decide that your happiness and your commitment to your mental diet is for you, about you. And frankly, that's the perspective that we should be taking all of the time, most of the time, and really striving for. Because again, remember that the person that you're changing and reshaping and reconfiguring and reassociating to at the end of the day is you. And that you are the master imaginator, you're the master projector of the reality of the person in your reality. Like, your reality comes from you. It's part and parcel, a decision and a focus of you. And that especially during the holiday time, even if you're in a situation of your choosing, even if it's so amazing, you still want to focus on yourself and maintain your sense of happiness for you, about you, with you. I can't say that enough. What a lot of people tend to do when they come to consciously recreating the relationship is that they do what they've always done, actually, and over-focus and hyper-focus on a person. Now, the reason why that isn't helpful in consciously creating is that, number one, you don't get out of the pattern that you've always had, which is fairly based in codependency. Just saying it. I am not wanting you to label yourself as being codependent, but if let's say you spent 5 years with the person and it's been abuse, rejection, as an example. And it's been filled with what you've determined as a series and episodes and time again that you feel rejected. You feel like they don't want you. You feel like they're not into you. You feel like they're just doing their own thing, living their own life. You're not included. You're not important. Let's say you've spent 5 years doing that. And then you come to conscious creation and you're learning, oh, so my reality really is up to me. I get to choose and I get to decide what is or isn't rejection. Let's throw in abandonment if that rings true for you. What is or isn't abandonment? And I get to decide who I am and who they are. No kidding. Amazing. This is so exciting. I'm so excited about this. Okay. Now, a lot of people are excited at first. And then let's just use 5, right? So 5 months go by and they book a session with me. And I actually noticed that they're doing what they've always done, which is focusing on the person. There were actually a bunch of clients that I had this week who I hadn't seen in a while and who I talked to for the first time. And they had applied how they've always done life and living to the conscious creation process. Now, I really don't want you and do not encourage you to do that. We need to actually unring the bell of happiness and fulfillment being in other people, happiness and fulfillment being in the end manifestation, or happiness and fulfillment being with someone else for 2 reasons. Number 1, that's the pattern you've always had. And that's the hardest thing for people to unring. When you come to conscious creation and you hear, I'm not even using the term manifesting. I am not even using the term specific person. Okay. When you come to consciously choosing and creating your reality, being the owner and the author and the decider of how you perceive things and how you look at things and how you determine things to be as a belief and a viewpoint and what it means, right? When you hyper focus on someone, let's say you've watched a bunch of videos, you're on TikTok, you've watched YouTube, and you've got like 20 affirmations for him. He's calling, he's texting, he's all about me, he's super into me, he wants me, like he thinks I'm the bee's knees, he's all about me. 5 months go by, right? And you're not seeing change. You're not seeing things maneuver or manipulate. Actually, maybe you're seeing them get worse. Now, the reason is this, and people hyper focus on this during the holidays, right? It's like, oh, I want to manifest. Alexis, can I manifest us together by Thanksgiving? And then can I manifest us together by Christmas? Like, is it possible, Alexis, for me to manifest us together for New Year's Eve? Because I really want us to be together for New Year's Eve. Like, I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so sick of just New Year's Eve with my friends. I'm so tired of my status of being a single gal. I just want to manifest us together on New Year's Eve. Can I do it? And then, oh my God, can I manifest? Like instant manifestation overnight. Can I manifest Valentine's? This is what people do when they first come to this kind of work. Now, the thing is, yes, you can, but it doesn't come from doing this, recreating your reality and recreating self from the way you've always done things. I'm going to say that one more time. This doesn't come. It does not. You don't manifest instantly. You really are going to experience and create and manifest what you want on purpose, doing things the way you've always done. Now, a lot of people, almost all people I speak to, when they've had issues in a relationship, the issue is not actually the tissue. Let's say the tissue is the person. You want to realize that the manifestation of your relationship with your person really has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you and the conclusions and the beliefs and the ideas and the assumptions that you had before them or that you formed with them. Most likely though, like let's say you've got the 5-year thing, right? You knew the SP for 5 years. And let's say it's like your 3rd relationship in life. Most likely, and I say this to give you a sense of relief, okay? Because I can't say like a guarantee, like 100% in a video. I don't feel that resonates with me. It's not authentic to me. But let's say most likely the pattern and what you've created with them really doesn't come from them. It was way before. Now, you want to know this as a viewpoint and as an idea within you to give you a sense of relief and a sense of being able to focus. So it's got nothing to do with them. So in any event, you can't, it is nearly, I don't want to use the word impossible, but it is really, really difficult to create the relationship and the person to be different when you've hyper focused on them. And that's what I'm saying in this video. I want you right now And for the holiday season, to focus heavily on yourself, which means 60 to 70%. Usually I can say at some point, I allow and I condone 50-50. Focus on self, focus on them. But I really want you all to hear me today that this is the master key to it. The way that you've always been doing things and your viewpoint on doing it also has to change. Okay. So now what does that look like? It looks like fully embracing of self, accepting of self, and thinking of self differently, being the one that is accepted, sought after, loved, and adored. Now, even as I say that, let's take a moment. Being sought after, loved, and adored. It means being that and thinking that, reiterating that, focusing on that, no matter what happens and no matter what anyone does to you that you think is happening to you or at you. The thing is this, is that a lot of people actually have misperceptions, misideas about things anyways. So it's funny because what you have always labeled as rejection, you guys, maybe you want to label that was never really rejection, that it was just your limited viewpoint on the perspective and on the situation, and that all along the person that you were rejecting was you. Because when we create rejection with the person or abandonment with the person, we are holding on to a sense of rejection or abandonment of self. And we have held on to the idea of self-rejection, self-abandonment, that therefore has us see with other people that there is rejection and abandonment going on. So the moral of this is to, and really use this time of year that is a trigger for a lot of people to be in a very negative, very apathetic, very depressive place, or really angry at people, right? Because the other thing I want to say about the holidays, you're around, now a lot of people are around family, friends, close loved ones, who were part of the issue in the first place. Like if you go home to see your family, if you go home to see your parents, if you spend time with loved ones, you want to notice like, okay, so I'm around the people that I think rejected me or abandoned me, right? Even that this happened within the first place. So that's why this time of year isn't so picture perfect, right? The idea that it's picture perfect, it's like it really comes from an ad, like LL Bean or something that we've seen over time. Like even if you're shopping on like Anthropology, or even if, oh my gosh, if you're on Amazon, you guys, who agrees with me that all of the ads for pajamas, it's like some picture perfect family with 2.5 kids, a mom and a dad, right? And it's like, that's how we're supposed to be. Like everyone's like that. Well, I'll tell you that most people really aren't, which is the funny thing, right? But this year, really challenge yourself and be like, so I'm going to decide and affirm and think this year, the holidays are great with me, for me, about me. I am having a great holiday. I am thriving. I'm stable. I am secure. I am safe. I am confident in myself, and I am having a great holiday for me. Instead of if SP comes through and if he does what I want him to do, then I'll be happy, right? If they all treat me how I want to be and they all say what I want them to say, then I'll be happy. This is the thing, you guys. You got to be happy, content with your thoughts first. It's a non-negotiable, in my opinion. If you're coming to conscious creation again and doing the things, doing this, right? Thinking new thoughts, changing your relationship, creating a new, even if you're doing like imaginary scenes in your mind about your relationship and you've got the person on a pedestal or you're over focusing on them. My hair is just bothering me in the video. You're just doing things the way you've always done. And you're really not putting in the time and the work and the determination to rewire and rechange your whole focus. The whole focus of this is coming back to who am I? Who have I been, right? And who do I want to be? Who am I? Who have I been? And who do I want to be? Now, I had 2 videos that I released that were a couple weeks ago, part 1 and part 2 videos. You can look them up. They were in November of 2024. And it was tips, basic tips about researching relationships. How do we go from here to there? What are the steps to creating the relationship of your dreams, right? What I want you to do is figure out who do you really want to be in your situation, right? You got to change you, but you have to know first. It's a funny thing. Like I said in those videos, steps of like, number one, doing research, right? And I can't tell you like a broken record how much I have said this to new clients of mine. This is the thing. You don't know who you want to be. I've heard you tell me all about him, what he's done wrong, how horrible he was, you know, and you guys like, listen, you know, if you work with me or you book with a session with me, I am not going to get on board with telling you how horrible he is, right? I just listen and say, okay. I've had a lot of people recently want to get me on board, like I'm going to qualify it and say like, oh my God, yeah, he's so horrible. Know what he really is, right? I don't believe that to be true. I believe that we all come into our life to learn lessons into the human body and that we're actually good, right? At the level of unconditional love and the energy that we are at the base level of who you are. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. You are a spark of God. You are a spark of our creator, and the creator of all that is all that is. Okay. You are consciousness that is living and breathing that came into a human body to learn lessons, to figure things out, and really to reclaim creating reality, being at the center hub of your reality and learning how to recreate you so you can recreate your relationship. So don't get it twisted and don't get fooled by what you see out there, that if you have some master list of affirmations for him, he's going to change and then you move on and that's it. Boom. No. You know what's funny is I had someone last night. I was at Thanksgiving and my father-in-law was telling me this beautiful thing. And then he went, Alexis, let's go. Right. So I'm doing that today. Knock, knock. Because I'm at our kitchen table. I'm knock, knock. That is not going to work. The person that you first need to figure out and changing is you. Now, isn't that a sense of relief, right? If you have been beating your head against a wall and you're affirming for him or her or they or them, whatever. Okay. That's not the way to go about it. It's first deciding who do you want to be. Now, if you've always been rejected or abandoned, you don't even know who you want to be honest, right? So I'll give you some ideas. Who you want to be might be a person. And I've said this in like over 100 videos. You might want to be a person who is safe and secure and stable on his own or her own. You might want to be owning and embodying and feeling your happiness within, no matter what. You might want to be enjoying life, footloose, fancy-free, experiencing things, doing things for yourself, investing in yourself, going on trips, going on vacation, going to dinner, meeting new friends, right? My question here that I want you to answer for you and to sit down, journal about it. You can even just ponder and think about it in your quiet time. You can even ponder and think about it while you watch Netflix. Okay. Anybody seen the show, The Empress? I just finished it. Highly recommend it. It's a tearjerker. Okay. So anyways, you can just be like, okay, so I know who I've always been, but who do I want to be instead? Okay. I just remembered that I said I would share a client, a small breakthrough that somebody wrote me. And this actually pertains to this because this client of mine has incrementally gone through so many months of personal pain and anguish with me on video and then with herself in her private time. But she has had breakthrough and then breakdown, breakthrough and then breakdown, breakthrough and then breakdown. She'll have a breakthrough and then something will happen with an SP and then it will cause like another breakdown, but a breakthrough. But now she's finally over the hump of all of that. And she's at the breakthrough stage. I want to say too, remember here that conscious creation, creating your relationship, creating your reality should come with a warning label because you will uncover deeper, darker things about you that you never even knew, that you never even looked at. And also what you will see is the complete contrast of who you're creating, who you want to be, your ideal relationship in contrast to things that always bothered you that people said, now they'll really bother you. Like you'll be so aware that it's like, oh my gosh, really? Like I put up with this for so long. I can't believe this. Okay. So let me get to her. She wrote me in just like, not a success story, but like a client update. Okay. So this video is kind of like a success story. It's really tips for the holidays. And it's really, 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 I want to empower you, convince you, and help you decide that you get to focus on you because you are where the proof and the pudding are. Okay. Dear Alexis, I just wanted to write in a quick update for you. I can't believe that after all of my, as we put it, breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough, breakdown, that I'm finally in the breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough phase. I realize now that so many of my issues with my specific person were really stemming from things that had to do with things that were outside of them and things that had to do with people that I had carried over for so long, for so many years, for so many days, and so many times. As you told me, this work was not going to be easy, but now I am finally feeling so at peace, so stable, and so secure. I realize now that all along when I was manifesting for him, that I was the one who was missing out. I was the one who was really craving to feel those basic things and to really be in control and in charge of my happiness. The way that you gave me tough love the other day really showed me that I am the one that is the center of it all. And as I refocus on me and I refocus on him, like he's a sprinkle to the cupcake or the icing on the cookie, that it really shows me that I can be in the breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough place. So much so, in fact, that I realized that the breaks down were actually me going back to my former self, me going back to my former perception. And now when anything goes wrong that I really don't like, I'm like, oh, well, maybe he's having a bad day. And then guess what? He'll tell me he's having a bad day. Or, oh, hey, maybe he's just got this going on. And I'll focus on myself as you have showed me how to do, as I still focus on him being the loving, caring, compassionate guy that I want him to be. And guess what? Things always work out. We're having great days, and our life is full of those 3 S's: safety, stability, and security. I'm just sending you this quick update so you can share if you choose to. And I want you to know that I am so thankful for you this time of year. I am so grateful that I got to coach with you this year. And I recommend this to everyone because going through the process on your own, doing this with yourself, is next to impossible. I realize now that the way that I had been interpreting videos was also from that older sense of self. When you knocked some sense into me and showed me that I was being who I had always been and that I had to be different, it was like a wake-up call. I had never had anyone talk to me that way before. And it's like you're a coach, therapist, best friend, mentor, and my sister. Very sweet. I'll see you in our next session. Just some things I want to leave out. Sending you big hugs and have a great holiday with you and your family. XO. All right. So yeah, you guys, this is actually a simple process. It might seem so difficult and so arduous on how do I recreate the relationship? How do I recreate them when they've been this way and I've been this way for so long? But let's get to a sense of relief and practicality about it. If you're doing this the way you've done everything else and the way you've always done it, that's the problem. So I invite you to tailor it back, focusing on yourself, focusing on who do I want to be? Now, again, you need to figure out first, who do you want to be? Instead of like, you know, what I also hear a lot because of the internet is, I'm just not prioritized. He's not making me a priority. I want to be prioritized. Okay, I get that. But you want to dig deeper into, and even think and do some research, do reading, look on Pinterest, watch movies, and determine when someone is treated the way that you want to be treated, what might that person be thinking about themselves? Or do you know people who are in successful relationships? The person that would be you in the relationship, how do you know them to think about themselves, right? It's really helpful. Also, this time of year, if you're around a lot of people, going to parties, going to events, you're going to dinners, you've got stuff going on, look at how people are who are safe, secure, and stable, and therefore confident. Because this is the thing. We hear a lot in social media about who is the it girl, right? Oh, she's just like, right, so confident. She's like this, like she's just confident. Okay. The thing is this, anyone who is embodying confidence, first of all, as a foundational system of them, has the 3 S's: safety, security, and stability. And through being safe, secure, and stable, they're not prone to seeing things as rejection or abandonment. They bring it back to themselves and they have a complete different relationship to the people and the person and their reality, which can be you. This is not difficult to do because it just comes down to your thoughts. Your thoughts and your perception of what's going on in the moment is where the keys are. So use this time of year also to notice, okay, so when I'm around someone and they're bothering me, what's my perception in this moment? And then change the perception to be, okay, no, it doesn't mean that. This is what it means because I am in control of my thoughts about me. And I love myself and I like myself so much. And I am a star and I am sunshine. I am so special. Okay. Now those are Again, a caveat to being safe, stable, and secure. I am safe, I am stable, I'm secure, I'm in control of my thoughts. I am feeling more and more safe, stable, and secure. And I am feeling more and more in control of my thoughts. Okay. So, you guys, these are the holiday tips I have. This is how we can use your mindset to get through or to really enjoy. Let's look at this as a way to fully enjoy the holidays, because your determination of if the holidays are enjoyable comes to you. It's really not anyone else's job to be perfect so you feel perfect, to be this way so that you have this. You got to have it first. Now, when you have these things, when you're in charge of your happiness, thriving, security, and stability, guess what? Everything comes from that perception. Then you have the thoughts that create that everyone else is having a good time. Everyone else is so nice to me. Everyone else says good things to me. Everybody else is on my side. It's how reality works. It comes down to you, your perception, your thoughts, and then therefore the thoughts of others. Okay. So let's intend that we have a great week this week as we move into the month of December. And if you're in a place where it's chilly, I intend that you're cozy, warming up in some cutie pajamas, that you've got your slippers on, sweaters, and all of that. I don't think Google Meet lets anyone hear our dog in the background, but she's coughing up like a hairball. Because I guess dogs do that, and cats, right? All right, you guys. So I love you so much. And I am wishing everyone true self-fulfillment, self-happiness, self-actualization this time of year, because that in the end of the day is the most important. And it's the most fulfilling over the long haul. That will get you to exactly where you want to be. So, like I always say, celebrate yourself this week. Think of yourself highly, decide who you are, and think you are that no matter what. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.